Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review for Halloween month. And this time we're reviewing a film that I'm more like mixed to negative on this one. And I'm sure a lot of people have been on this film for years, and rightly so. I don't blame them. It's a film. It's psychological horror, so that's why I'm putting it on here. So it's called Flower of the 1987 film Flowers in the Attic. That's it for 1987. They did like a remake for like Lifetime Movie Network. What was it, from 2014? I think I remember. But it's based on a book which I've never read though. Although I do probably think that I know there's just very little changes to this difference from this movie than the book. But Flowers in the Attic is directed by Jason Blum, which originally Wes Craven was gonna direct this at one point, which I think he would have been a better director anyway, because Wes Craven, may he rest in peace. He would have done a better job in this. But I think around this time he was doing some other stuff. I think Serpent the Rainbow was the same year in '87, I believe so. I like that movie, and if he made the right choice when he made the right choice to do that. But instead they decided to get Jason. No, sorry, I didn't say Jason Blum. I'm getting confused with I'm getting confused with Jason Blum, who owns Blumhouse. Jeffrey Bloom. Jeffrey Bloom, yeah, that's the right name. Sorry. Guess Jason Blum is a big popular thing nowadays in horror films now. But Jeffrey Bloom, there you go. He directed Blood Beach, which I like the idea of the movie though, but sadly though, it was underwhelmingly disappointing. There you go. Yeah, Blood Beach had a good idea about it. Even had John Saxon Burr Young in it though, but it was an underwhelmingly disappointing movie, Blood Beach. But they got him to do this movie. Okay. Yeah, I think this is be more of a rant because I was particularly not big on this movie, although. Some of the child actors I recognize. I mean, Kristy Swanson plays the older sister. Now, Kristy Swanson, I don't mind her. She was in Wes Craven. Speaking of Wes Craven, she was in Deadly Friend. She was in Deadly Friend. She was the lead in that. And then she also played Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the movie before Sarah Michelle Gellar played her in the TV show. So Kristy Swanson played Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So in Deadly Friend and Buffy the so I don't mind Kristy Swanson. Here, she's doing the best she can. But there's some moments where dialogues that she has that I thought was like off, you can say though, but she's trying. But Kristy Swanson's doing the best she can. And the older brother, I'm not big on. I don't know who he is. Played by Stuart Adams. They have a younger brother playing. They have a younger brother, and they have a younger sister. Now the younger sister is actually played by Lindsay Parker. She was in, speaking of Wes Craven once again, in Shocker. Yeah, Wes Craven's Shocker. It was where Horace Pinker possesses the little girl, and where she starts swearing up a storm. Yeah, that's Lindsay Parker. Yeah. Two separate actresses would later star in two separate Wes Craven's film, in which originally Wes Craven was going to direct this film. So, both of those movies are better than this. So, and so the four siblings, their father died, and they were getting any money, so decided to go live with the mother, to live with their grandparents' house, and basically a rich grandfather basically, and the grandmother, which you hate in this movie, which you immediately hate, is played by Louise Fletcher. She was the cruel nurse in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So yeah, she was a sadistic woman in that movie, and she was a sadistic woman in this movie. But I mean, Louise Fletcher, she does good playing a very hateful woman that you want to hate, the evil grandmother, you can say. Yeah, the evil grandmother. So thing is, let's get into more how. I have to get into the main thing why the children get locked in the attic, because the mother, which you also hate as well. It turns out that the grandfather is leaving the mother a very sizable inheritance. But the thing is, though, the grandfather didn't know she has children. And so the mother is keeping the children hidden up in the attic, so the grandfather does not know, because if finds out that she had children, she would be disinherited from the will, basically, and she won't get any money. So that's why she kept the 4 kids up in the attic, basically forever there. The thing is, though, which falls into the one big issue I have with this, because yeah, okay, which later on is that she tries to poison them. Basically, later on she tries to poison them, which it works for the little brother. Or the little brother died from eating poison cookies. But the thing is, though, if you were to keep them up there and you wanted to poison them later on, which brings the question: why didn't you just do it like within the first few days when they put him up in the attic? Though, why couldn't you just do it then? Why wait all this time to start doing it now? That brings up the main issue. Why couldn't you just poison them or something else like that within the first few days when you put them up in the attic? So that's part of that what doesn't make sense. The mother on that part, though, just one thing that just doesn't make sense. I mean, even there's a dialogue, even a dialogue. There's a line of dialogue saying, so like the medical examiner won't find out. I mean, what medical examiner is there? I mean, there's a point where they're digging up graves in their backyard, so you're not gonna take them to no hospital or a morgue or anything. So because you're just gonna bury them right in the backyard after they died. So that doesn't make any sense either. What medical examiner? So the whole mom's plot of this is now. I know it's the things are different from the book, which I've not read though. But for little that I know of, even with the siblings in the attic, okay. For what I know in the book, that especially the older brother and sister got a little bit incest in a way, You know what I mean by that? I mean, I talked about some of this thing in some animes, I think, with dealing with incest. Like with the anime Akisora, where the brother is in love with the older sister, and then the unlikable brother's twin sister gets jealous and all that. I ranted on that though, but that's incest, yeah. But here, like in the book, I think either they do that in here. Well, you don't see it in this movie though, but they do a little bit in the Lifetime remake movie for a Lifetime movie network. So that was in the book, but it's not in this movie. So, which people think it's a good or bad thing, I don't know, but I didn't need to see that though. So it's a good thing I did not see this in this movie. Yeah, to see the brother and sister, But I mean, just the whole thing. Just why the mother had to wait all this time to finally start poisoning them? Couldn't she just do that within the first few days when they put him up in the attic? I don't know. But if something like this is in the book, I can't say anything about it, because if it's in the book, I can't say anything about it. But as a film itself, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But the grandmother, Louise Fletcher, you really hate this woman because another thing is the older brother, like I gotta say this. The older brother is a wimp. That's what he is. He's a freaking wimp. because when he pulls the grandmother pulls like the older sister by the hair, he kicks the little sister. I mean, the guy doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm like, man, come on, grow a pair and fight back. I mean, the grandmother is way older than you. I sure do like a freaking sucker punch or a hit her with something, and she would go down easily. I mean, the guy just does that, but the guy's a freaking wimp. I mean, grow a pair and hit the woman already. Yeah. She's an older lady, so she would go down easily. Although that's happened up until the end when they finally get out of the attic and they whack the grandmother. She goes down. Okay, but they don't kill her though. So, but at least she got a hit though. But I think she could yeah, you hate this woman, but she could get a better comeuppance though. But you could say, but then after the while, then they start they poison the cookies with rat poisoning. I think it was. The little brother falls ill. He dies. Which they find out was poisoned because the little brother has been taking care of this mouse. This mouse is also ate part of that cookie as well, and that died. So there was a proof, and then eventually they find out about the mother because they she'll come back and get us out. And I'm like, red flags are all over the place. If the grandmother's being that bad abusive to them, and the mother clearly doesn't give a damn about them, I'm just like, leave. Screw the mother. Leave. If you do escape, just leave. Screw the mother. But I think that's how it was in the original ending, also in the book, because once they found out let me get to the part. They found out time has passed on because they finally said they want to talk to the grandfather, but the grandfather's been dead for quite a few months, and they find the will saying that it's about the inheritance. Saying that if the will said if they found that she had children, she would be disinherited and she won't get the money. So they go as the wedding goes on after they hit the grandmother. Good, because you hate the woman. They go to the wedding as it's commencing. Like in the original ending, I think they just said we're the children of the bride, and then they just leave. I guess Tess' audience didn't like that, so they redid it. I think Jason, I almost said Jason Blum again. Jeffrey Bloom was doing a little bit of stuff on production as well. Like, I think he didn't like the ending to this, so I think had someone else do the ending. I could be wrong. I think someone else did the ending because he didn't like this ending here, which I would rather prefer because honestly, it's the bitch woman, the bitch mother get what she deserves. I mean, like, this is your fault anyway, lady, because if you just poisoned them right from the beginning, you wouldn't have had this. So that's your own fault. That's your own stupidity for prolonging that for so long. Now it's too late for her, because the children, they go in, they say they're the children of the bride, and they explain to everybody about the inheritance. You get no money, and we know you try to poison us. They should get the cookie with the mouse, the dead mouse, and also if I forgot to mention, by this time Kristy Swanson's hair has been cut because of the grandmother, but some of the dialogue she says is she's just like a big off though. But like I said, Kristy Swanson's trying. She's trying her best, but I think it's the script, how they wrote the character. It was not her fault though. But she tries to force a cookie down the mother's throat. The fight, wherever it was an iffy fight anyway, but the mother does get the comeuppance. Where this was not on the. I don't think this was not on the book. Yeah, this was not on the book either, but she falls off the ledge, and the mother gets hanged by her, the thing where the wedding veil, I think it was, gets hung around her neck, and she gets hunged. And the 3 children They just walk away off the property, and the grandmother is still there watching. So yeah, Flowers in the Attic. Like I said, I wasn't really big on this one, so I would say this is like a mild rant. It is kind of like a mild rant, I would say. I mean, Louise Fletcher, I mean, she is good enough for you to play a character you really hate, yeah. Kristy Swanson, she's trying her best. The older brother, I was on because he was basically a wimp most of the time. Because I'm like, you see that he sees the grandma abuse to his sisters. I'm like, come on, grow a pair and hit the woman already. I mean, she's an old lady. She's not, like Superman. Just do a clothesline or whatever, and she'll go down easily. I guarantee it. The mother you definitely hate, but the thing is though, her, whatever reason she kept them up there for so long, until it prolonged to us too late though, she should just poised them right from the very beginning, Otherwise, they would never known, and she would have got the money inheritance. So she died from her freaking stupidity on that. I mean, like I said, that's one of the main issues. I know I know it's from the book. I know there's differences, but yeah, the incest thing, thankfully I did not see in this movie. Although, I think that that did happen. Like I said, I think it did happen in the Lifetime Movie Network movie though, but I didn't see this in this movie. Jeffrey Bloom, like I said, I did not care for Blood Beach, Missed Opportunity. He's not the type of guy he's not the type of director for me. I mean, would have been different if Wes Craven did it. Made it a little bit better though, but I don't know what his take on it would have been. So I would never know. And rather produce Serpent in the Rainbow, he made the better choice. Serpent in the Rainbow is a much better movie than this. And like I said, the older brother needs to grow a pair and don't act like a wimp, Just take her down. Kristy Swanson, she's trying the best they can. The little sister, she was okay. I don't think she was not that annoying. The girl from Shocker. The mother you hate. You see her, she's pouring the powder sugar on the cookies. She clearly does not care about her kids. Because she's plagued by the one thing that's true in this world. Greed will always overpower us all. We'll all get consumed by greed. That's why it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Greed will imprison us all. Yeah. It's always about the green. Well, that's how, at least a lot of movies, sometimes they don't give a damn about their family, they only care about themselves. And money. And a prime example of this, So. But yeah, Flowers in the Attic, I don't full on hate it though. It was not a movie. It was not the movie for me. I don't have the DVD. I use it. It was another one that I borrowed from my mom because she had it, so I had to watch it though. But I had to return it, so I don't have the movie. So maybe I don't know if I'll get it for the collection. But most point of getting one if I'm not probably gonna watch it again. But like I said, Flowers in the Attic, it's maybe I would say mediocre. Maybe just slightly below average. But yeah, I mean, positives, like I said, positives. Kristy Swanson, like she's trying her best. Louise Fletcher, she's good. She's acted good enough to make such a hateful grandmother. And the mother, you definitely hate. She had her comeuppance, which, yeah, good. That's what you get. Deserve, bitch. Although I wish the grandmother could have got better comeuppance than just getting knocked out. Because she's still alive watching the kids walk away off the property. So. Yeah. But the critics, and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Me and some other people are not the only ones who think of this film. And critics did not like the film at all. I mean, it has a 5.79 dB, has an 11% Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, critics were not too kind on this movie either. In this case, I don't blame them. So yeah, Flowers in the Attic, I wasn't really a fan of. I don't hate it, just not a fan of it. But I'm sure a lot of people are much cooler to this. But like I said, it's based on a book, which I can't really say. So, and there was different changes, especially in the book dealing with incest. Like I said, the incest thing, which glad I did not see in this movie. So, but this film was not for me. But yeah, that's my review that's my little mild rant on Flowers in the Attic. Probably say mild. I'll probably put a slash rant on it because, But we'll see when I make. Well, it will be because the video will be out though. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more for Halloween month. Later.